Hey, welcome back to the Psychic Soul Healer channel. My name is Laura. If you're new to the channel, I'm going to do a general message for Scorpio. Know that energy is fluid, roles could be reversed. Just interpret the message as it best resonates. Never force anything, especially on my channel. We look at the spiritual wounds, the blocks, see how they play out as karmic themes within your experience. We don't just look at the surface. All right, going to jump right on in. However, if you want to enter into winning a free reading with me, all you need to do is like the video, subscribe to the channel, and write the word of the video in your comment bar. The word of the video comes from my Psychic Soul Healer Oracle deck. This deck is made for healing the shadow aspects of ourselves. There are 68 cards in the deck titled Under Transpersonal Psychology, and it comes with a workbook and also a downloadable workbook that has over 100 different shadow healing exercises in it. All right, the word of the day is going to be needy, needy, needy. You're going to write that word in your comment bar. Now, if you're someone that's interested in shadow healing or you want to know anything of any importance in relevance to the channel, all important links, you'll go to the description box below. Okay, let's jump right on in. Now, I don't know if you know, but the word of the day isn't just the word that I picked that you're going to put in your comment bar, but it's also how I like to open up my readings. And what I'm feeling is that at one time, I feel like you were emotionally more needy, and I'm feeling like you're connected to somebody that also at one point was very needy. I don't believe that they're needy anymore. I believe that they outgrew. So they might have been in a relationship with somebody that they really feel obligated to still kind of take care of, is what I'm feeling. So it's not that you're needy or this person's needy. I believe that at one time you both were needy, but not anymore. When I say once, maybe a long time ago, and not even with each other, just due to childhood trauma. So your person is still connected to someone that's needy. And you, if you're connected to someone, it's only because you're like taking care of someone. You're not really involved with someone. So it's again, you both have people that are like connected to you, is what I'm feeling, like, that are needy. And but then, like I said, that you and this person has a connection. Now, I don't know why I'm feeling this, but we're gonna see how this plays out within your situation. Like, why? What is this type of connection? What type of connection is this? First of all, and like we have soulmates all the time come in and out of our life. Sometimes they come in for a day, sometimes they come in for a season, sometimes they come in for a lifetime. But all soulmates come into our life to teach us about ourselves, something that we're not aware of. See, life, we get stuck in perceptions of what we believe. And that is due to, again, the environments that we grow up in and the lives that we live. But life is all about returning to something that you thought that you knew, to only look at it and see it from a new perception and not really know it as well as you thought that you knew it. And the reason why is because we change. I always felt I had a higher calling in life, and our calling and our connection brings me more clarity on it. So this person feels like you're a soulmate to them. And the reason why is because, first of all, you feel like home. Second of all, they care enough about you to reflect on you and as well as themselves. I feel like this person that's connected to someone that's needy, there's no real emotional connection with this person anymore. And the reason why is because at one time, I do feel that this person felt bad, felt guilty, was easily manipulated. But the problem is, the more that we invest in ourselves, we can't really stay in this low vibration of having needy people hang on to us, because then that makes us codependent, that makes us needy. And I feel like the person that you're connected to has someone that tried to make them needy on them. And so when we are in a connection with someone that doesn't have enough of a life of their own, then what happens is they want to control more of our life. And that's the energy there. And the whole dynamic of your person's connection is like not working out. And with you, I just feel like organically things are going to change, like whether or not the person that you take care of like passes away, whether or not they move, whether or not that there's some organic change. So I feel like your life is going to change, but I feel like your person's life is not changing because that karmic is still holding on, is still holding on. Now I know that this is like selective reading because not everyone is taking care of someone, not everyone has someone connected to them. So this may not be your reading then, like I said. But your person feels like they're coming into union with you. And I feel like it's not so much that they're moving, but there's things that happen in the spiritual realm before they actually manifest. And so everything happens in the physical realm long after that has been manifested in the spiritual realm. So your person's been thinking a lot about, you've been thinking, like I said, reflecting on themselves, reflecting on their situation, reflecting about this person that is still like holding on to them, and then thinking about the life that they could have. And that's where you come into play because of whatever you're doing. I feel like it's that they always feel like they feel like they were meant to do bigger things. So I feel like this person feels like you're their twin flame. So they might have been with a karmic soulmate or some sort of soulmate, but twin flame trumps um, that type of relationship. I'm triggered, an old pattern has surfaced and it hurts. And so the thing is, it's like, I feel like because you are like, well, unless you leave your situation, I'm not gonna like make any changes in my life. I'm not gonna compromise. There is a sense that your person would like you to compromise because they don't want to have to deal with the karmic. So like they just keep her around or him around to like pacify this person. And you're like, I'm not going to do that. And I feel like you left. So that changed the dynamic. So why this person feels like you guys are coming into union is they're starting to actually see things from your perception, which they weren't willing to do. I'll contact you when I'm able to. Right now, my life is too complicated to bring you into it, but know that I do want to talk to you. So you've been in separation for a while, like I said, from this person, and there's a sense of, and there's a sense that they are making those changes, but it's that karmic is not going to make it easy for them. And I've been getting a lot of that lately. I've been getting a lot, and like there's spiritual things that are happening right now within the world, and that's changes. So anything that wasn't built on truth, things that weren't built on the way that they should be, are kind of collapsing. They're not working. We're going through a paradigm shift, and that shift is actually a purging. So we can't when we can't like fake the funk anymore, but we try to fake the funk because of somebody else or because we're afraid or whatever the situation is, eventually things will come to a head. And I feel like that karmic cannot believe that things are coming to an end. They have manipulated this person for so long. They've gaslighted this person, guilt this person, that every single trick in the book they've played, and it normally works. It's not working anymore. And that's because the connection that they have with you. Because that I feel like Scorpio, like either some of you may not be in a relationship, but the career that you have is almost like taking up so much time, so much effort, so much that you love it, but it's a responsibility that there's no real time for this person. So it's working in your benefit. And as I said, some of you are connected to somebody, but you're like, I'm not really even going to let go of my friendship or my insignificant whatever until you get let go of your situation. So your person is thinking whatever you have going on is so much grander, than what it actually is that you're putting your time and your effort and your energy into creating yourself. And this is, again, very triggering to this person because it's triggering abandonment. It's triggering, you have to say, how did this person get into a needy relationship with someone like that? Someone that has manipulated and has connived and has wedged their way into this person's life. Well, it's because your person didn't have strong boundaries, and it's because they agreed to too much. They were easily manipulated. They let this person do too much because they were a little bit too lazy when it came to their own needs, like whether it was maybe their banking, maybe taking care of their house, maybe if they had a kid, taking care of their kid, taking care of just things that they really should have been taking care of. For those of you that actually, you know that they had kids, some of them don't have kids. It was just stuff making this person do too much out of their own laziness. And that was building their ego in actuality, because they're like, I don't really have any feelings for you, but you're doing everything for me. And life is good. You prove to me that, you make a good like partner because you keep the house well. You take care of everything well. It makes my life easier so that I can go out and be more indulgent. So we have to ask ourselves why, what happens when a person is needy? So your person was needy. Well, they got a lot of bad habits. They had a lot of bad habits because they were having someone else do their work, which is why the karmic feels like, oh no, you owe me. You owe me your life. I'm the one that got you here. I'm the one that did everything. I'm the one that's mine, that you owe this to me. You owe this to, which in a way, your person knows that that's true, which is why they want to make you compromise a little bit. So, which is why you're like, no, you were like, I'm not doing that. I don't care. And now your person is seeing that's true, because now that I'm really trying to leave and get my own life, this person is throwing everything at me, is manipulating me, is now I see what you're seeing, that this person would never, that karmic would never let them go off and have a good life. They actually thought, because they weren't giving this karmic any love, that it wasn't really a big deal. But the karmic liked what it looked like, is what I'm feeling. So we see it, you see it, you see it, you see it. And it says, I care about you even when I act like I don't. I'm hiding my true feelings because I feel vulnerable. Yeah, see, they know that they made the wrong decision. They know that they need to get away from that situation. And so I feel like for a while they tried to walk away. They tried to be like, you know what, I don't care. See, what this person doesn't realize is that a twin flame soulmate relationship, there's so much more to this relationship, that it's really a divine connection, because at one point you had trauma, and you had trauma so bad that you became needy. And so for you, I believe that you attracted this person that's still bound to somebody else. But if you were needy, you would accept the low ball offer. And but you weren't, because you walked away. That's why this person shut down and acted like they didn't care. But, they thought that they can control love. But twin flame relationship, you can't do that. And that's why this person's like, why? Well, it's like, oh, I see everything that you're doing. I want to be a part of that. I feel like things are happening. It's like, I feel like I'm supposed to be with you. I feel like that feels right. And the karmic is like, no, it's not right. This is right, because this is what, and that's making your person be like, oh my God, like, why didn't I see this before? That's because that karmic was good at gaslighting, was good at controlling everything for a really long time. The same divine energy flows in each of us. That this energy is a catalyst to our reunion. We just need to allow this energy to work its magic. So let's see, this person knows. See, the same divine energy, that source. See, and when we're talking about shadows, which this is what we're talking about in this story, we're talking about how your person had, the person connected to you that you're actually also connected to. However, you're like, I cut you off. I cut you off. And I cut you off because you're still attached to that. It's like, I'm not really attached to anything. Yes, I have people in my life, but I have people in my life because you're not here in my life. And if things are going to change, they can change with me organically. I don't have to create fireworks. Like you need to create fireworks to get out of your situation. And you don't even want to be in your situation, which means that you're not a strong person. And you're not going to make me undervalue myself because you can't do what you need to do for yourself, which is where you are. And that's why it took you walking away for this person to realize. And that's what they're realizing. They're like the same divine energy, because this is a soul relationship. It's all about bringing us back to our original state, which is unconditional love. Understand, your person was not in a place of unconditional love. They were in a place of indulgent because they were having somebody else do everything. You know, it was building their ego. And that's not built on truth. Now, did they know that that was happening? I feel like your person's a good person. They didn't really know that that was happening. It just kind of like, here we are, like we're in this state, and I don't really know how you got here and how like we're in this situation, but I think I can make it work. But their way of making it work was, well, I'll make you happy by giving you what you want, but I'm going to also make myself happy. And the karmic was kind of okay with that until you came along, because now your person is like, I don't want you to compromise. I see what you see. I see that there's a bigger reason to why we're here. I feel like that's right. And the karmic is pissed off. But it doesn't matter. Your person like is having awarenesses. We're going to look at some hidden truths because I mean, really, we can see. My life is not as together as it seems. So they're going through a lot of changes right now, like I said. So they don't really want you to see it because they're embarrassed of how much time, energy that they allowed this person to have in their life. I can't stop thinking about you though, and that's because of the passion. So many twin flames, that's what it's all about. It's the fire in the actual relationship that transmutes those spiritual blocks, turns them into gifts a lot of times because we see the block through a different perception. And that's, but when we integrate the spiritual lesson, we always have to integrate the spiritual lesson. And that's the thing. Your person didn't want to integrate the spiritual lesson. They knew for a long time that this situation was not working out. It's like, but now they've changed, but they've changed like in a passive aggressive way, kind of where they're not giving this karmic anything. But the karmic is still very much there. They're just trying to manipulate, trying to do, and they're not getting anything from your person. Almost as if your person wants the karmic just to get so frustrated that they'll leave without them saying, you need to leave, this needs to end. And so what's happening is karmic's getting more and more and more frustrated. And so, which is not really a good thing. And eventually it's gonna throw them out, but I feel like they're not really gonna like be disconnected from that karmic until they actually say, you gotta go. Like, this isn't working here. Just being near you is intoxicating. And it is because there's, like when you really love someone, when you like someone, you have the butterflies in your stomach and, you're inspiring, you're doing things, you have your own life, you don't have any crazy person attached to you. So it's like you said, you bring energy to them. That last part was a little sarcastic, but it's true. You are in control of your own life. And it shows by what you're doing, from what this person can see. And I feel like they spy on you on social media. They're not in your life. And though you guys are coming into union, because remember, everything happens on the spiritual realm before it happens in the physical realm. So the spiritual realm is the mind. It's the mind and the heart. ESP transcends time and space. So when someone dies, we can still feel them and still communicate. Well, it's the same when you can feel someone across the world. That's your soulmate. It doesn't matter that they're across the world. That cord is still very much there. And so, like I said, of course you're intoxicating to this person. You're their twin flame. You're supposed to be in their life. And let me tell you something. That's what it would take to get this person away from this karmic. That's what it would take. And the karmic is pissed. So I'm going to leave that there, Scorpio. You let me know whether you resonated with this message. And if you did, give me a like. And don't forget, if you want to enter into winning a free reading with me, you've got to write the word needy, needy in your comment bar. See, in this story, she doesn't really even seem, she or he, whoever it is, I get that like that there's like this like kind of like very women energy though, which is the needy. It's the neediness of that doesn't come across as needy. It comes across as trying to be helpful, trying to be, and now that it can't play those games, it's downright controlling and getting nasty. So needy can play out in looks many different ways is what I'm trying to get at. So just because a person may seem strong, if they're continuously like making their life someone else's life, then we know that they're needy because they haven't created enough of their own life. And that's why they feel the need to latch on to someone else. So I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.